Hi there Virgo, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for September. The month begins with the Sun in your sign, putting you in pole position to make a major impression this month. But your prospects are given an even greater boost when on the 5th, Venus, the planet of love and affection, moves from a rather tricky part of your horoscope into your sign as well. Now, it is true to say that when Venus moves into her own sign, it's almost like starting a romantic journey afresh, or it can be time to reinvigorate a relationship which perhaps you have been having second thoughts about. But in week 2 of this month, Venus is in opposition with Neptune, which could give you some unrealistic expectations in a current tie, so you aren't going to need to be mindful of how the other person feels, because with a full moon as soon as the 8th, a lot of energy that you're focusing as this month begins is going to be on your own plans and your own hopes, and that could see you taking your eye off the needs of someone you're closely involved with, but they may not tell you in a very direct way about how they're feeling, so watch out for some subtle, perhaps even non-verbal signals, because they could be a clue of how things are developing. Now, there is also a lot of other energy moving around in week 2. Mercury actually moves, your ruler, on the 2nd of this month out of your sign into Libra, your sector of resources. And it's going to be forging some fascinating links. First off, it forges a great tie with Jupiter, the planet of fortune. Think back to something from your past skills, could be some items that you purchased in the past that you haven't been using. These may be more valuable to you in the here and now than you perhaps appreciate. And also, with Mercury in an opposition to Uranus, a surprise opportunity to earn more money could emerge for you in week 2, but there could also be an unexpected expense, so just be mindful of that. But from the 10th through to the end of the month, there is a stunning alliance between Jupiter and also Uranus. Because Uranus is in the part of your horoscope to do with money, business, long-term financial planning, it could be that you're going to have to do some background research in order to tap into the benefits that this can offer you. But also somebody could be doing something out of sight on your behalf. Perhaps they're signing some documentation which will reward you at some future date in terms of a legacy. Don't be surprised how much you gain this month, but it may not be obviously gaining. Perhaps you're going to see things in a fresh way and then be laying the groundworks for something that can become much more fundamentally good for you over a period of time, but not necessarily now. Now, there is also a great link between the Sun in your sign and Saturn in week 2. Now, this is truly brilliant because Saturn's in the part of your scope to do with how you think, how you express yourself. And any ideas that you've really put a lot of thought into, done your research, and you're very clear about what you want to achieve, the way you express these to other people can be crystal clear, which can persuade people that you're someone to be taken utterly seriously. So what you say is what you mean, and that can have a very good impact for you. On the 13th, however, Mars does move, and it moves out of your sector of everyday communication, and it moves into the sign of Sagittarius, your home zone. If you've ever thought about moving home, or perhaps more recently been considering the benefits you could get from adapting where you're living, perhaps adding more space or improving it in a more decorative fashion, your drive to get this done is going to increase tremendously with Mars's support. On the 22nd, the Sun, however, moves, and it moves into your second solar house. So the focus then becomes on what you earn or what you feel about your self-worth. And there is a new moon as soon as the 23rd, which can give you a boost. There's also the movement forwards on the 23rd too of Pluto. Now, Pluto for you is in a very creative area, and over the last 7 years, it's possible that you have encountered quite a lot of potency when it comes to romances, marriage, relationships, or perhaps your ideas if you are someone who's more entrepreneurial. But the fact that Pluto's been treading backwards hasn't necessarily been particularly helpful over the last half of a year, but now it starts to go forwards again, and that generally is going to give you more propulsion around these areas too. Now there is going to be a change of Mercury, your ruler, again on the 28th, and it's moving into a brighter area for you. It moves into Scorpio, and it's going to sharpen up your thinking. But also on the 30th, the last day of this month, Venus moves out of your sign, and this can coincide with some kind of windfall. It really can come for you as this month draws to a close. Thank you for joining me. Good luck, and goodbye for now.